Good morning, Year 10. I'm sorry I'm not there with you today in lesson, but I hope I'll be able to cover all the content I would have normally covered via the medium of YouTube. I will cover everything again in next lesson in terms of catching up with anything that you may have missed or not quite understood, but we'll give everything today a really good go. I'll say pause at various times. This video could then be paused just to allow people to draw or write things depending on what we're doing. So today's title is Big Question. There's going to be two titles. This is the first one for today. And then underneath that, can you write, why are designers at the forefront of sustainability? We will come back to that later, but I just want that written into our books right now. And we can pause whilst everyone has a chance to write that. Now, the question I actually want to answer today, which is going to be linked to the big question, so it's a sub-question for this, is how and why do designers create a negative impact on the environment? My mission as a product designer is to not have a negative impact on the environment. But naturally, in designing and making products, we do have a negative impact. I'd like you to have a go at answering that question. So write it down, answer it, and then I'd like you to then pair with somebody else to share that. And then once you've had a chance to discuss with the person next to you after you've answered the question, we will share that with the class and see what answers you've got. You may pause again. So it feels as if we've got multiple starters in this lesson, but I'm just trying to get you to think a little bit. We're going to really discuss the environmental impact later in another lesson. So I just wanted to start thinking about it. So we've got two products here, product A and product B, both stationery holders. This is what your main project is going to be about for the first half of this term. And I'd like you just to discuss with the person next to you which one of these is better for the environment and why. There are no right answers here, there are no wrong answers. There's lots of discussion points because there's various pros and cons, but discuss and feedback to the class at the end. So pause again. Okay, so moving on to our actual project for the term. I've got these printed out for you, so you should have one of these each. I'd like you to stick them into your sketchbooks. Just stick them top left-hand corner of your sketchbook. I would then like you to highlight any keywords you see in there and maybe even put some notes next to any of those keywords as to what you think they might mean. Okay, I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to have a go at that. Okay, so 10 minutes, stick it in, highlight any keywords that's in this slide, and then I'd like you to maybe put some notes around those so you aid your understanding. Okay, this can be done in silence. You can pause again. Now, this is the sort of main task for the lesson. This is going to go on the rest of the page that we've just been working on. So you've got your specification printout in one corner of the page, and we're going to do a mind map over the rest of the page. So the bit in blue is the center of our mind map, the word stationery holder. We're making a product that's going to hold stationery. Then the bits in grey are our subheadings, and in the materials case, our subheadings. I'd like you to copy what I've produced to start with, and then I would like you to add more words and ideas to those points. So for example, for materials, for wood, I've said there, can you add the names of different types of materials? You might there write pine, oak, or some other woods that you may have heard of. I don't want to give you too many answers there. Similarly, for function, look back to your specification, which is on the same page, and you'll see there's a few functions that the product must do. So they're going to be key to have written in your mind map. The other areas, I'd like you to see what you can think of as ideas for your project. Who are the end users? I've mentioned, that's also on the other slide. Who's going to use the product? How old are they? What might they like? What might their interests be? And I just want you to throw down as many ideas as you've got for how you might solve the project. Every project I've ever done in my life, I've always started with a mind map. Okay, I even include planning a wedding as mind mappable. Okay, I had costumes, also known as dresses and suits. I had venues, and then all sorts of different venues off the mind map, just to give ideas of how it might be solved. And obviously, we only had one venue, we needed one dress, but at the end of the day, we looked at a lot of different things. I definitely didn't look at the dress. So that's the main part of the lesson. Do rewatch this bit if necessary. And at the end of the lesson, make sure we pack everything away and put our books neatly back in the box, and in the box back underneath the side for me. Hope you have a great day, and hope this all makes sense, and take care. Goodbye.